ridiculous to censor an opinion. That's terrible, you know? And I wish citizens had more support for their opinions to be heard, at the very least. Even better, if there's real evidence, that if there's any people in the government anywhere with a position of power that can see the truth, I mean, it's everywhere. Don't let them censor it, and look at all of it and make an educated decision and uphold the Constitution. Legalize the Constitution. I've said legalize the Constitution, and people will laugh because it's, of course, the law of the land. But the reason I say legalize the Constitution, this is crazy, is because it's been so trampled. And United States citizens barely have any freedom left. This is not freedom. Limited features. He was not promoting violence, not in the slightest. He simply mentioned their religion. A mention of religion with there was no call to violence, absolutely no call to violence, absolutely not even call to hate. It's not hate speech. It's an observation. I like that they got a little in-depth here. It means there's not completely morons running YouTube, but it's still a little bit too much. There's a fine line between what is and what is not considered to be hate speech. Well, no shit. I wonder if that was hate speech. Hey, Merry Christmas coming up soon. Is that hate speech? Love and peace. Is that hate speech? To some people it is. So to provide that censorship is probably, in my opinion, you know, since they're so ready to discuss the fine line, censorship, in my opinion, is hate speech. It's the worst of it because you're physically damaging somebody's ability to speak. What's worse when you're talking about any speech that should be covered under the right to free speech? And then they go on. For instance, it is generally okay to criticize a nation state. You know, really? Okay. But if the primary purpose of the content is to incite hatred, and who decides that? And frankly, it's irrelevant against a group or people solely based on their ethnicity. And I've seen more hate speech get through from the President of the United States than anybody else. But they censor the citizens, not the president. And he shouldn't be the president. Take him out. Impeach him. Impeachment is not hate speech. It's covered under the Constitution. That's the one tool that is left. Mike Pence is kind of cool for a Republican, relatively speaking. And the only reason I say kind of cool is because I'm sick of the bombing. I'm sick of the murder. I'm sick of the fake Christians that feel like thou shalt not kill is a requirement. I'm sorry. That's my bad. I meant to say not a requirement. If God kills, he's broken the commandment, thou shalt not kill. If mankind kills, they've broken the commandment, thou shalt not kill. If Christians kill and then have the gall to come up and kill again, I feel like I'm having a hard time communicating here. So maybe God is censoring me, okay? Whatever. The point is censorship is an action that's inappropriate, but not as much as killing. That's an action that should be illegal, is not Christian, and it's appalling that Christians kill. It's appalling that in certain interpretations of the Bible, in fact, most of them, most gods kill. You know, to me, that's the easiest justification to reject the Bible, and that is that there's tons of evidence that the God of the Bible, the God of the Quran, the God of Hare Krishna, they're all murderers. How can, and that's the most frustrating thing to somebody who truly gave theism a chance. How can a loving God who says humans should not kill himself? That's the epitome of hypocrisy. Murder is wrong. I don't care about twisting the semantics to say, oh, murder, it means state-sanctioned murder and not, God murdering. And God doesn't, God's allowed to murder because he's God. Of course, everybody can kill, but they shouldn't. And for one that obviously has killed, to me, is the bigger violation, or the greater than, it's much worse to kill than to simply to say the word. Okay, I said the word kill. Does that mean this video should be flagged? I'm sure somebody would. But I'm a vegan. I'm not encouraging murder. I'm encouraging the opposite. Go vegan. Don't kill. That's what any just God would do. And frankly, if anybody cares about any just God, they should follow in the footsteps and not kill. Or even atheism. Forget about God. No such thing as God. But there's still murder. And an atheist shouldn't kill either. And most humanitarian atheists don't kill. And if they do, that's a problem. Now, because I pointed out groups, because I pointed fingers, somebody could say that's hate speech. You pointed fingers at God. You pointed fingers at atheism. You pointed fingers at Trump. I'll point a finger at myself. I will not kill, but I am not hating on myself for sharing my opinion. Please don't censor this video.